It says it's starting up. Okay, we are now live.
Okay.
We're live.
Hey, all right. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, this is Mark with Local Client Takeover, of course. You guys know me well by now. We're going to talk about intelligent lead generation. How are you doing this fine Sunday, Elbert?
Oh, we're doing wonderful over here. Uh, if you guys could just give us yes, you can hear us, no, you can't hear us, so to do an audio check really quick, just to make sure everybody's on the page and they can hear us. 1 for yes, 2 for no.
All right.
Where can we see if anybody's can hear us or not, or could see us or listen or? I got the chat
Well,
window open, but I'm not seeing anything at all.
I don't think anyone's here yet, man. They can hear us. Don't worry.
Okay,
Let's get started, buddy. How are you doing today?
pretty good. You?
I can't complain, man. Running a little behind, but so is
Yeah,
life. Busy weekend. Got a new office and
yeah, I
trying to
heard
keep
about
that
that.
set up.
What's up with that?
Yeah. I needed more space, man. I just needed some more space. I'm bringing in some new talent, I guess we'll call them. And yeah, just needed a better place. I'm downtown now. The view's a little bit better. Moving up in the world,
What
I
floor are you on?
guess.
What floor are you on?
Oh, I'm on the first floor, ground floor.
Oh shoot.
But that's nice. I can avoid the elevator in there is a little shifty. I don't know if I'm comfortable with it. And
Oh
I'm not a big fan of steps, so the ground floor is where I like to be.
yeah,
I can get right outside into the restaurants in a
yeah.
hurry.
So I guess it's a ground floor opportunity. It says there's 15 viewers right now.
Yeah, the
16.
more
They're coming in. 16,
yeah
15 now. Yeah.
yeah more will start pouring in, but yeah, man. So you hit me up. Oh man, maybe what was it, a month or so ago?
Yeah.
Time flies. And you said, hey, I have this cool proprietary lead generation system, and I want to share it with your group. So you gave me access to it, and I checked it out, and I liked it. And it's not something a lot of people are doing. It's not something you hear much about, and I like it because as a local, I don't call myself an SEO anymore, but just as a local marketer, I service local businesses. I appreciate any opportunity that comes across my great leads, potentially have an in with new businesses, new clients, and I thought your system was cool, man. So let's start out. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where'd you start? How'd you get in with the digital marketing party?
Yeah, it's been a long, hard road for me. I could literally say that because I come in from as a 18-year veteran trucker. So the road has been long and it has been hard. I've been all over the countryside. And initially, when I first started my trucking career, I didn't really want to do it because it kept me away from family. I missed all the parties, all the weddings, all the good stuff that you miss when you're away from home. So it just started eating away at me and my family because we're missing everything. So even though I enjoyed the countryside and seeing everything, I just didn't enjoy being from home. So
Right.
in the middle of my career, I decided, I'm going to make a change. I've always really liked computers ever since computers first came out when we got our first e-machines. I don't know if you ever heard of e-machines, but
Um, I can't say that I have.
yeah, it's an old brand. And when first computers first started hitting the market, there was this one brand called e-machines. It was kind of a bottom end type computer. They're still around. They're just not prominent like all these other new brands. Anyhow, we bought that, and I just started messing around with it myself, upgrading it and tearing it apart, putting it back together, and putting new parts and pieces inside. So I really got intrigued with the hardware side of it. So I started learning how to rebuild computers on my own, hardware,
Okay.
doing all hardware stuff. Then I started getting into doing websites, building websites on my own and stuff like that. And I realized that I had a heart for it. You know, I really liked technology. So I decided, you know what? I don't want to do this truck anymore. I think I'm going to go ahead and try out ITT Technical Institute for Computer Electronics Engineering and see if, you know, how that's going to go for me. Because I really like computers. I really like IT. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So I studied computer electronics engineering at ITT Technical Institute here in Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
And I really got hooked to that bug big time. I didn't have an opportunity to graduate because once I got to the Einstein theory, trigonometry, geometry, and all that other nonsense that I didn't think I needed in the real world, I was like, man, I can't figure this stuff out without a private tutor.
Right.
So, Einstein theory is just beyond me, dude.
Right.
I couldn't do it no more. But I was getting A's and B's throughout my entire coursework through the whole thing. So,
okay.
I decided, well, I can't get a private tutor. I can't afford to hire a private tutor, so I'm just going to have to keep trucking until something else comes through. So, during this whole time, I'm still doing websites and stuff, still messing with computers and everything, and I decided I just didn't want to do it no more. So I'm going to start spending a bunch of money to learn the internet marketing thing. So here we go, buying everything. And you know how people are, man. You in your inbox is blowing up with all kinds of content. You don't know where you're going or what you're supposed to get or nothing. So I started spending a whole boatload of money, like everybody else does, on buying this and buying that, and learn this and learn that, and follow this and follow that. So it was a rabbit trail, trying to run after what's right, what's wrong, what I shouldn't do, what I should do, and it finally led me to do SEO and local lead gen and stuff like that, because my heart is to help local businesses, here in my local community, and then maybe, scale out from there. And because of the type of person I am, the character that I have, and I'm really friendly with people, I decided I'm just going to focus all my energy on local. So I decided I ended up buying this one course. It didn't give you enough information for doing Craigslist posting, but there was enough for me to actually start getting involved and doing some more research to figure out how everything worked. So I started asking a lot of questions to a lot of different people for Craigslist posting.
Right.
But long story short with that, it turned out that there just wasn't enough information out there for me to learn step by step on how to do this professionally without getting my ads on Craigslist ghosted, because there's a such thing as they'll ghost your ads, or they'll just delete them. So I had to figure all this stuff out on my own. So I started looking at the code, from my SEO experience and learning how to do SEO and stuff. I started ranking stuff. By that time, I was already ranking stuff like videos and websites on the front page of Google for my keywords. So I started running Craigslist ads and doing my thing and learning how to do it professionally, to the point where the one client that I was serving, there were so many leads coming in, he just couldn't keep up because he owns a contractor business, and there were so many leads coming into him at that time, and for the fact that he couldn't keep up with all those leads that I was bringing him, because he had other things going on with having to go out to the job site and manage the guys that are there, making sure the work's getting done, making sure the material's on site, pretty much babysitting everybody, and then managing the office and all the different things that was involved. He was losing all the leads. So I had a really good conversation with him. I said, look, I'm just going to go ahead and stop my trucking altogether and just come off the road to help you full time, because he's losing too many leads. So I decided on my own, I'm going to quit trucking. I'm going to help him build his business. I'm going to go out and find a professional salesman to start selling the leads that I'm bringing him, so he's not suffering loss and I'm not losing anything.
Right.
Because the deal we had worked out was a percentage. So I was like, well, you give me a percentage of every lead that comes in and sell it, and you could pay me based on percentage. So it was kind of like a what do you call it? I can't think of that word right now. Were you sharing in the money that comes in?
Oh, or just
Profit share.
profit share. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
we
was
just
trying to think of something more sophisticated too. I'm like, he's not.
no, I'm a simple-minded person, man. I, as I told you, I'm not into Einstein theory.
So I might need
I'm not into Einstein
a.
theory, bro. I can't do that stuff.
No, it's fine. That's yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you're right.
So, so I'm like, dude, you're losing everything that I'm sending you because you can't keep up with all the leads I'm sending you. You're missing all these appointments. You know, let me just bring in a professional salesperson to handle all that. So I'll just give him all the leads. He'll go out. He'll actually meet with the people and sell the job, and then we'll start having money coming in. So he decided, yeah,
Right.
go find me a salesman. So on my own, I went out and I looked for a salesman, and I happened to find one of all places, Craigslist. Well, it turns out that this guy had built several million-dollar businesses in the past, and he had a couple different strokes, so he couldn't do it no more. Well, he's got some medical issues, but anyhow, he decided he wanted to go back out into the market. He put his, I don't know how long it'd been there, it's still up there, but he put his resume on Craigslist. So I went to the section to look for somebody that would be qualified to do this, and I seen his resume, and long story short, I got a hold of him, and he decided to go out and start selling for us. So we started doing really, really good, and ever since that, we just began to scale and scale and scale, and then after that, we decided to slow down on the Craigslist leads because there's an issue with Craigslist leads too. It's not, I'd say it's not, well, it completely depends on what you say inside the ad, but if you're giving free estimates, you got to understand this. People in the market are seriously expecting free estimates because of different places that are offering to send 2 or 3 different leads to one client.
Right.
Like a Home Advisor and all these other lead sources for contractors, they're sending out 2 or 3 different leads, so the contractor has to keep lowering his prices based on that. So everybody ends up losing money because the prices are too low. So if you post in your ad that you're getting free estimates and stuff, then you're setting yourself up for failure is what I thought. And that's what we found out, that we were being outbid by our competition in the local area because they're a one-man show. It's one guy with a truck with his tools. Here we are, a business, we're trying to grow, and we can't compete with people that are underbidding us, undercutting everything we're doing.
Right.
So
it's one of the evils of the construction niche. I owned equity in 2 construction companies a few years back, and it honestly, just construction in general, people are price. And like you said, when you have a real business with a real estimating staff and a large 12 to 20 man crew running multiple jobs, it's the overheads so much more than a couple guys who bring their hammer and a 6-pack and an old truck to a job site. They're going to underbid us every
Yep, exactly. So that's what started happening
for construction too.
Yeah, and that's what happened to us. So we decided we're going to slow down a little bit on the Craigslist posting and start scaling out our SEO. So I started an SEO program with him, and I'm right in the middle of that SEO program now. It's been a bumpy road, to say the least, because things change all the time. But the good thing about it is I've been able to scale our relationships a little bit, on shaky ground right now. But it's starting to grow. It's getting a little better as the days go on. I've been able to actually find other partners in the construction industry that I'm helping them grow now too. I've got other niches, like I just picked up another partner for pest control, and he found out about me. The same person that was working for this contractor going out doing the sales is no longer with him. So that same person, I was telling you, he had 2 different businesses, million-dollar businesses in the past, and they were both pest control. Once he seen what I was able to do with this other contractor, he realized that he could make a lot of money with what I'm doing. Right. So he's like, hey, can I hire you to start running ads for me on pest control on Craigslist, and then we can start scaling out. So I just got myself a 20% business partnership with this guy. He's giving me 20%, of his entire pest control business now. And because of that,
Cool.
we scaled for me to start helping him build his construction business, and he was able to secure licensing. And with the construction business I'm helping him build is a 50-50 split. So it all started with Craigslist, bro.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, how would you, how many per month would you say you can generate off of Craigslist using your system? Well, how many do you? I mean, how many do you generate
Well,
a month?
from one lead, it just blossomed into several thousands of dollars per month now that I'm going to start making off of just one client. It led to 2 more clients, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I haven't even been trying to go out on Craigslist to find more clients. But if somebody wanted to do it full time, there's millions of people posting on Craigslist every single day that are business owners that could use what the Craigslist PowerRanker system that I put together. Most of the people that could use it the most, I would have to say, and this happened to me, and it's a real story. The automotive niche, okay? If you start looking for vehicles on the internet and you go to the automotive side of Craigslist, you'll see there's a lot of roofs, what they call roofs, people that are in the automotive industry that own car lots, they call it a roof. And some of them have 2 or 3 different roofs. So anyhow, if you were to go to Craigslist, you would see that they're running, anywhere from 10 to 15 ads a day.
Right.
Now, these 10 to 15 ads a day are not being ranked properly. If you were to rank each one of those ads, let's just say a car shop has 15 Chevys on their car lot, and they want to optimize their ads for Chevy. Well, if somebody was to type in the relevant side Chevy truck and they're optimized for Chevy truck, every single one of their Chevy trucks will show up on the results page. So as soon as the person clicks go, they'll see 15 Chevy trucks all from the same dealer if they're optimized for Chevy trucks. So for auto dealerships, it's huge because they spend that kind of money daily. And I had this opportunity. I decided I'm going to go after one of the dealers here locally. So I started looking for a specific dealership. I didn't want a big dealership, but I didn't want a small one either. I wanted to be a type of dealership for people that are suited to doing Craigslist searching for vehicles. And normally it's people that could afford a vehicle anywhere from, let's just say, $1,500 to $4,500. You know what I mean? And the kind of shop I looked for was a shop that had vehicles that were selling for anywhere from $1,500 to $4,500.
Right.
So once I finally found that shop, I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to go in. I'm going to optimize one ad. You tell me which ad you want me to optimize. I will put that ad on the front page of Craigslist for that specific keyword term that you want to rank for. Well, he didn't believe it was possible, and I said, it is possible. I could rank any one of your ads. I could rank all of them if you want me to. So I proved to him that I could actually do it. Well, eventually he ended up selling that truck 3 weeks later. So he made a profit off it. And I decided, I said, look, I will either do the ads for you, all of them, or you could do them yourself, and I'll just sell you my training to teach you how to do this completely. He goes, man, how much do you want for the training? So he ended up giving me $200 for that training. I was going to sell it for more, but I decided, well, if I bring it to market for $1,000, what it's really worth or more, a lot of people probably won't buy it. So I'm just going to bring it to where it's reasonable and just sell it for $200. And I told him I wouldn't feel right to sell it to you for $1,000 when I'm going to sell it on the market for $200. He goes, well, no problem. I'll pay you right now. So he started ranking his own ads, bro, and I started checking up on what he was doing. I was like, dude, you're killing it out there. All your ads are ranking on the top.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's just one of them. Now, this could be done for any auto shop that has vehicles for the type of people that are shopping on Craigslist. And there's, I mean, literally millions of them online. That's one of your target markets. Also, real estate. They run almost the same amount of ads every single day. And if you can rank a real estate broker on Craigslist front page for their specific terms on the relevant side, then you're really helping yourself out. Plus, I also teach in the content to set up a scheduled plan for putting your ads out there. So I was able to figure out, well, people are on Craigslist during these times of days. So I teach that in the course. that during this time of
Right.
day, this is when your ads should be going live because that's when people are actually on Craigslist shopping. So don't just expect to rank your ad and not do any more work. I would say set up a posting schedule so that you could get both sides, because Craigslist is split up into two different search functions, actually more than two, but there's two main search areas on Craigslist. There's a relevant and there's a recent.
Right.
And you got to be able to cover both.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know of another person using Craigslist for lead gen. They do. I think they have VAs that post twice a day. That way, it's like not spamming, and it turns into like a science of when to post, because you have to monitor when you post and how many comes in. But I know they said they generate around. It's a construction niche. Moderator client doing that. And, I mean, the lead gen capabilities are just huge off of Craigslist, Backpage, stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, it's
it's
monstrous because there's literally billions of people every single day posting.
yeah, absolutely. And there's those certain niches like you were just talking about that, people are more susceptible to search for on, directories like Craigslist and whatnot. And so coupled with your system and
You keep breaking up there.
have okay to stay in the to stay ranked in the recent section, you can definitely generate a ton of leads from it. And that's exciting stuff. So how much does it cost to get started with your system to get everything set up?
Incredibly, it's really, really cheap.
Okay.
It depends on how many ads you want to run per day, but from the different sources that are out there to get the right IP, the right not IP. What am I thinking? The proxy. You have to find a proxy company, and usually a proxy runs about $4 a month for one. So if you had 10, it's only $40 a month. So that's not a lot of money for each one of those proxies. And then what I do is I got analytic call tracking from Joe Troyer. There's other options where I've seen one. I've already had analytic call tracking, so I didn't get it. But there is one. It's a plugin for WordPress, and you could integrate Twilio into that plugin, and you can have a back end on your website via a plugin to monitor the Twilio calls coming in. So you just you're purchasing a Twilio phone number, and that's only a penny a minute. That's not a lot of money.
Right.
So depending on how long the person's staying on the phone call, but normally it doesn't run me, but on average about no more than $20 a month on that. So out of pocket, $60 a month.
Right, which is peanuts. Peanuts to what you can earn
bro.
easily. Yeah, for sure. What my big thing, probably the thing I love most about being in business is the client acquisition. I love to test anything that has to do with client acquisition. It's probably why I have as many clients as I do, because I'm just always looking for new creative ways to grab a client. So if someone were looking for a client and say they wanted to generate some leads to have a foot in the door, because it's all about positioning, in my opinion, to get new clients. You need to you don't want to just cold call and getting leads. No business owner wants to hear that. You'll be so. This would be a very cheap, inexpensive way to generate some leads to have that initial foot in the door. So,
yeah, this is the way you do it, and it's the easiest way to do it, and everybody's done it this way that I know of. You just rank some of your own personal ads. You find somebody that's in that niche and send a couple calls to them. You put inside of on the back end of my analytic call tracking, I could put what's called a whisper. The whisper will say,
right,
you got a brand new lead from such and such business. It's really, really simple. It works really well. So when the person on the other end, the person you're sending the lead to, picks up the phone, they hear your name. So if you send them 2 or 3 different leads and they heard your name, every time they picked up the phone, they heard you got a new lead from such and such business, they're going to get the idea that you're sending them leads. I mean, it's really simple. So you call them back because those calls get recorded on analytic call tracking side with the Twilio numbers. You can listen to those recorded calls. After they get the third one, you'll know exactly, because you've already set it up. You could call the business owner and say, look, you could email them each one of the recordings and say, this came from my business. If you would like this to continue, give me a call. 9 times out of 10, they will be calling you back because you already sent them 3 leads.
Absolutely.
It's really simple, man. It's not hard at all.
You already established the trust.
You've already established that you do what you do, and you sent him 3 leads, and you didn't charge him a dime.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's so on top of being able to leverage this to generate leads to sell, or however anyone wants to set it up, whether a pay-per-lead or a monthly fee just to get all the leads in their area, it's also an awesome foot in the door for new clients.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's a huge foot in the door. I would highly encourage you to eventually, since you're doing SEO and SEO is going to pay you more money, to scale it up to SEO like I did.
Right.
Don't stay with just Craigslist posting.
Sure.
You can if they want those kind of leads. It's completely up to them. It's their decision. But now that you've developed the trust, I guarantee you, once they start getting these leads and they're making a little money off of it, and you bring to the table SEO and social media and all the other different things that you know how to do, they're going to be saying yes a lot more than they're going to be saying no. That's what I've been able to do, and they didn't question my word when I said, let's do this and this, and they was like, yeah, sure, let's do it. You know what I mean? Because I built trust. They know that I could produce.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, it's I took some time and went through your system. I like it. I think it's cool. It's definitely something. I'm gonna be really surprised if anyone that checks it out ever saw anything like it before.
Yeah, there's nothing on the market like it at all.
No, not at all. It's very unique, and that's coming from someone. I'm always digging and trying to innovate and come up with new, unique ways to generate leads, and I was impressed. I was like, hey, man, that's really cool. So you were generous enough to let my community have it free of charge.
Yes. Also,
that's cool. That's very cool of you.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that's very cool of you. That's
thank you.
So many people, and that's been happening with my group. A lot of people, they're starting to see to give the value first, just like with how this Craigslist system works. Give the value first, get a foot in the door, and I just appreciate people that see, the value, because you could have easily charged for this. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And I think it would have done well because it is proprietary. There's not really a lot being talked about when it comes to generating leads like you generate them. So it's unique. It's very cool.
Yeah, I would suggest that when people start using this, to focus on companies that do not give free estimates. Those are going to be your main clients, the ones that don't give free estimates, because you want to stay away from the free estimate stuff because you're setting yourself up for failure. So companies like plumbers, when you actually have to go out and fix the water leak because it's leaking right now and I need somebody to come fix it.
Okay.
Places like electricians, companies like that would be really good as well. Mobile mechanics, and there's so many different other ones. Like I said, automotive and real estate. You just have to actually go on the internet and start searching for these different companies that are actually doing it full time, because those are going to be the clients that will be more accepting of what you're doing. Okay. Instead of having to send, to somebody that's not on Craigslist, you could send them to somebody that's already on Craigslist, that's already doing it.
Right, absolutely.
And those are the kind of people that will probably wouldn't mind, getting more leads from you.
Right, for
You got to
sure.
have those leads.
Yeah, something you said to me when you first started giving me this system, and this is probably the biggest thing in life, not just in digital marketing, but just in life, is that you can sponge up all the information in the world. You can sit and develop these awesome strategies on paper, but the key to it's taking action. And you said that to me. I appreciate that concept because so many people are just they're held up for no other reason besides
That's everybody that's producing content on the internet now, is that people listen and they actually don't do nothing with the information that sits on their hard drive collecting dust. They don't actually take action. They don't do nothing with it. So
right.
it requires massive action. You've got to take the action, just like I did. I had to take massive action. I had to. I quit trucking. Shoot, that means I have no more money coming in.
Right.
So it's either, do it or die. I got myself in that position, so I had to do something, and I did.
Exactly.
I took massive action because I got to pay my bills. They keep coming in; it doesn't stop.
Right.
So I took massive action, and bam, I got massive results. So the more action you give, the more results you'll get. That's just the way the beast works.
Completely agree. So here's what's cool is, again, I know we talked about the price to implement your Craigslist strategy, but I want to touch on that again because people that maybe aren't out of their day job, they're not making 10, 20, 100 grand a month yet. They're not. Big thing that holds them up from some on their money to invest a bit in, building an authority site to rank to generate leads. This literally costs under $100, way under $100 to set up.
Yeah.
So I went through the training. Okay, I went through twice actually. The first second I sat down and actually, I can tell you, there is no reason why anyone in this group's filled with a ton of smart individuals. There's no reason they're kids. There's no reason a teenager couldn't go out and make this happen with under $100. Generate leads and get a client. That's my personal opinion. I went through your material, and it's very simplistic. You're very clear. You take your time and you describe each thing to do, and there's no reason everyone in here can't go out and do it. And it's impossible to saturate the market because of how many different niches are sought out on Craigslist. The 100 different construction verticals and the auto dealers, and you went through a list earlier. There's no reason every single person that watches this can't go out and get a client this way. Do you agree?
I 100% agree. Anybody can do this. It's so simple. A caveman could do it. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Oh, jeez.
I'm just getting a message. My audio's bad. My connection sucks. Actually, my big brother's on the Webby. It's probably the first time he's ever jumped on a Webby to hear what I'm doing. He just messaged me, "Your audio sucks."
Yeah,
thanks, big.
It does. You keep breaking in and out.
Yeah, this is just, I'm telling you, I do horrible with this live stuff. At least we're on today, though, right? At least we made it happen today.
Yeah, we made it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you made it happen. I'm sorry, you made it happen. I think I'm going to retire from live shows unless someone else is hosting it and I have a better internet connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do apologize about that. It's always something.
Yeah, here's what I got going on. I don't even do Craigslist posting no more.
No?
I got outsourcers that does everything for me when it comes to Craigslist. So I could go to them anytime and say, hey, I need this client done. Hey, I need this client done. So if anybody wants access to that, I'm willing to share my resources with them.
Okay, cool.
If they're willing to pay, my guys to do their work.
Very cool. Okay. Wow, that's a huge help too. That eliminates that eliminates people having to go and train a VA to do it and trial and error kind of deal.
Yeah, I've already got everything set up. I've got everybody lined up. As a matter of fact, some of them are on this call now. They're listening to what's going on, and I told them, hey, if somebody wants a little bit of help, can you guys handle a little extra work? And they said, yeah, we could do it. No problem. So if anybody wants to place an order, I've got that set up where they could just place an order. You know, I'm not charging anybody anything for it. You'll just get the resources that I use myself to get your stuff done. You know, I'm not going to make no money off of it. I simply told them, if you want to give me something for it, cool. If you know, I'm not sweating it. I'm not planning on making a boatload of money off of it. My goal is to help people grow their business, because I'm trying to develop a name for myself in the industry too. So if this helps somebody develop their business and they start making money off of it, well, then that just gives me more firepower on what I'm doing with securing more clients. You know what I mean? I could say, hey, I've got these people recommending me. Listen to what they've got to say. And that's important to me. So I give value up front, and then I already know that I'm going to get repaid for that.
I respect that a lot. That's my that's my look on life too. You know, I used to do things a lot different. I was like, I was worried about me. And a few years ago, I completely changed my mindset. I said, man, there's so many people worse off in the world than me. I'm going to try to help. And it's quite, as cliche as that might sound, I'm telling you, I've been doing started just offering, and any aspect of life, not just marketing. I try to offer some type of value to people, and 9 times out of 10 it's reciprocated. So I love it.
Yeah, I took myself out of the picture just for that very reason, because you know, if you're just self-centered and you're only worried about me, my, you're not going to get anywhere. That's just the way life is. It's just the way it is. There's nothing you can do to change that. So you got to be giving in order to get. Give a little, you'll get a little. So that's why I'm giving. If I figure I'm not just giving a little, I'm giving a whole boatload. I mean, I actually had to pray about, should I give it away, should I not? Should I give it away, should I not? You know what? I said, I'm going to take a chance that people are going to give back in return. So I'm just going to give it away. I'm going to give it all away. I'm not going to charge anybody anything for anything. So if I get something in return, it's because it was meant to be.
Absolutely. And you came to the right place, because it was tough for me to start giving stuff out, because I see people not quite as far along in their business that charge a lot of money for what I feel is less than what I offer. So that was difficult for me. I had to weigh the money and the value. I was like, man, you know, I probably could easily make a ton of money on this, but you know, I had to assess what really mattered. And to me, it was more important to build a community. It was more important to build a community where people could feel safe. I mean, stuff gets pitched once in a while. I tell people, not really pitched, but I tell people what I use. You know, and that's when I actually use it. There's no affiliate links, and I don't get any type of pay or stuff. Right. And I do that so I'm not biased. I tell people, no, I don't want your affiliate link. I just like your product. I want to tell people about it. Yeah. And I'll push for people.
Yep.
Group community where people can feel safe. Like, wow, what are we going to get sold today? And then a band of merry men come in that promote each other, and it's like, it gets disgusting. It gets disgusting after a while, and I appreciate you came to bring this to us, our community.
That's exactly why I decided to give it away. I mean, I looked at your group, and I you know, my initial thought was, well, everything's free here. How am I going to make money off of my course if everything's free here and everybody's giving away value? And then I had to smack myself in the head, you know, wake-up call. Elbert, just give it away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
just give it away. You'll get something in return. Don't worry about the money up front. You know it's valuable to you. Besides, if you were to sell it, you're not going to get the price it's actually worth, because a lot of people are struggling right now. It's really hard for them. Right. Have a little bit of heart. Give up front, and it'll come back to you. I was like, okay, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I had to kick myself in the butt, smack myself in the head a few times, and say, okay, let's do it. Let's just go ahead and give it away and be there to support other people. I've got my own students that I've trained, that are behind me that can help with Craigslist posting, and that's one of the main persons I'm thinking of right now. I trust her completely to be able to run you guys' ads if you need ads run, because I trained her on everything that I know. So she could do just as well. As a matter of fact, she'd probably do better than me now. Because I kind of stepped away from it now. I'm doing all SEO now. I build PBN now. That's all I do now. So I've got somebody else to do the other stuff. And since I trained her myself, I know that she could produce results. She's already producing results on her end with what she's doing. She's got clients set up for herself for doing it. We've got other outsourcers that we're using now too. So, this is all to help you.
Yeah, this is awesome. I'm excited about it, and I'll tell you, everyone else is excited about it too. People were, where's the Craigslist stuff? They were disappointed.
Yeah, you broke up again. You disappeared. There you are.
Oh man, I need to only do Webbies on a high-speed connection from now on.
Yeah, I lost 5 seconds of what you were just saying. I don't know what you said 5 seconds ago.
No, everyone's excited for the Craigslist stuff. I think people were disappointed we couldn't get it to them on Super Bowl Sunday, but we're releasing it today. I have everything uploaded on the site. I actually changed the format for the navigation for your module, so we'll experiment with that. All your videos are going to load up on one page, so people don't have to
go from page to page.
Exactly. I think maybe that'll make it easier on people.
Yeah, so, I kind of got confused with yours too. I tried clicking links to go to the other content, and it wouldn't open up on other pages, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? So I had to keep going back to the main page where all the videos were.
Okay. Yeah.
So, oh well, no big deal. I'm kind of glad you did it that way, where everything's on one page.
Absolutely. Well, everyone's complaining I'm breaking up, so I do apologize about the low quality of my connection, but I'm gonna go ahead and make your mod.
Okay.
And I'm excited to hear everyone's feedback. I thought it was a really cool system, and obviously it works because you built your income with it.
And still am.
Exactly. So this is this is exciting. Is there anything you want to add?
Yeah. If anybody needs to get a hold of me or whatever in the group, just send me a PM. We don't want to clog up the pipeline with, a lot of questions related to this course. So just send me a PM, to keep down, all the questions related to this course. I'm kind of busy, as you can imagine. So I'll do the best I can to help you with the Craigslist PowerRanker course, but it's pretty much self-explanatory. It's 2 hours worth of content. You can go through the whole thing within 2 hours. I have other people I could relegate, a little bit of the training stuff too, if you don't mind. They could help you too, answer some of the questions. I'll let you know who that is, but do it through a PM if you don't mind.
Okay, is that you prefer a PM?
Yeah, Albert? Otherwise we're going to clog up, everything else in the group. It's going to get clogged up with nothing but Craigslist stuff.
That's fine. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit. I would like people to come out and let us know if when they use it and stuff. I think that's exciting. But I appreciate you trying to keep the group clean, and you're a considerate guy.
Yeah, I don't want it to clog up your pages with nothing but Craigslist, PowerRanker stuff.
Absolutely.
Come on, we got to talk about your content too. It's just as important. Yep. So I'll answer questions live in the group. No problem about the course. I ain't got an issue with that. Just I try to keep it down to a minimum, and I'm sure I'm going to get pounded in my inbox. And if people want to hire me or my team, I could give them the resource to that inside of a PM, so we're not, you know, killing your front page unless you say it's okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you say it's okay, then we'll do it.
it is. It's fine. I'd love to see people using the system. I want to see people use it. I want to see people acquire clients with it. I want to see people succeed with it. So if they want to post there, that's fantastic.
Okay.
I love to hear the experience. That's the only reason I said anything. I'm fine with hearing people's experience, and you know, that way everyone can share tips and tricks with each other and keep the energy high pertaining to the Craigslist PowerRanker system, and use it, guys. Get the heck out there and use this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I would say. Just put it to good work, man. Make it work for you. It's not a whole lot of money. You know, I took a chance buying, you know, the proxies and the phone numbers, but and the analytic call tracking platform and all that other stuff. But you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes.
Absolutely.
And it worked for me. It could work for anybody else, and it worked for the students that are underneath me that I've trained personally. It'll work for anybody. You know, just
Absolutely.
do it. Don't mess around. Just do it, man.
Yeah,
and plenty of support in the group.
Yeah, like you said, it doesn't take long to get through the training. I went through it twice, and yeah, exactly. And you know, it doesn't take a lot of time to implement either. It's nothing that's super complex. It's just a nice, straightforward system to generate leads.
Yeah. If you use analytic call tracking, if you do go get the Joe Troyer stuff before you buy anything from Joe Troyer, let me know if I might be able to get a group discount. So if there's quite a few people that want to get analytic call tracking, let me know. I'll get a hold of Joe Troyer and see if we can't get a discount going for you guys. So just let me know first, though, if you want to get analytic call tracking. But if you don't, well, then that's completely up to you too. But he's got it set up right now where you can get it for $1 for 7 days. And after 7 days, if you like it, then you could keep it for a one payment of $97.
Nice. That's
so
not bad at all.
I've already seen that.
And it's definitely a good call tracking platform. It really is.
Yeah, I use it. I track everything with it now. I don't do anything. I don't do any marketing on the internet anywhere, not even SEO, without Joe Troyer's tracking numbers or without his system, because you got to be able to track everything. Otherwise, how are you going to prove to your clients that what you're saying is true? How about if they tell you, well, I haven't been getting any calls, and you can tell them, bullshit, I got your calls right here.
Absolutely. It's definitely an important piece of the puzzle when you're generating leads.
Yeah.
I agree. It's a great piece of it's a great tool for your business. In case anyone doesn't know, he's the guy that made SendWire. He made a bunch of cool stuff, and you know, they have good customer support too. I actually called in there one time. They answer a phone. You call and it's actually like a guy on the other line that's knowledgeable and friendly, and you know, you don't find.
Yeah. Oh my God, you broke up again.
That's great. The LCT community expects this out of me now, I think.
Yeah, I just lost 3
Some
seconds
type of debacle.
Of the last thing you were saying, but I think what you were saying is that when you call in, there's actually a live person there that will answer the phone. So yes, Joe Troyer's system is really rock solid as far as support is concerned. You're going to get a live person if you. Matter of fact, they will set everything up on your back end for you. I think they charge me like a couple bucks or something to set it up for me on my back end. So basically, they'll go in if you have a website set up. They'll set it up as a subdomain on your website. They'll set up the subdomain for you and everything, and install Act for you, the whole 9 yards. And then you just go through the training for Joe Troyer on how to set up analytic call tracking, which isn't really terribly hard.
No, it's definitely a good system. Highly recommended. No doubt about it.
Yeah, there's that other plugin too I mentioned. I haven't tried it, but I actually looked at it. I looked at the videos that pertain to it, and it's pretty much the same thing. You use Twilio numbers, you know, and then Twilio numbers are cheap. It's only a penny a minute, so it's not terribly expensive. If you could keep the calls down, if you could tell your clients to keep the calls down to you know, no more than 45 minutes, then it's not
Right.
going to cost you a lot of money. That's 5 cents, you know, if you
Right.
5 minute call.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind. I don't know how much lead gen some of our listeners do, but typically, a call isn't going to last very long at all. If you start to worry about generating a large phone bill, most calls, depending on niche, are going to be under 10 minutes. It's going to be pretty much exchanging information to go do an estimate or making an appointment if you have a dentist or attorney or whatever. They're not going to be big calls. It's going
Yeah.
to be they're going to be concise, and the people that book the appointments are trained to keep them concise so they can manage call volume. So they
Oh yeah,
can
you know what I do when I answer the call? Because when my calls come in, they go to my phone because that's the only way I could get paid. So when they come to my phone, what's your name, what's your phone number, what's your address, and when can you be there to meet with our people?
exactly. Yep.
That's all I do, bro. You know, when I answer the call. I mean, I'm nice and friendly and I'll joke around here and there, but my calls don't last more than 2 minutes.
Right.
I've got everything I need, and then I tell them my people will call you to confirm the appointment, and that'll be it. We're looking forward to seeing you on such and such day.
Absolutely.
Doesn't take
And
a long time.
And that's typical. That's what it's going to be. There'll be small calls. They'll be under 5 minutes, 10 minutes. They're not going to take very long. So don't worry about. Don't let that become a reason not to move forward. Everything's very cheap to set up with this system,
Oh yeah,
and there's absolutely no reason why everyone in here can't set this up and have it ready for Monday morning.
yeah. I've also on a side note, since all I do is SEO now, and I see a lot of people talking about different things in SEO. I've got a system in place for SEO too, and I got partners set up for SEO that could build out PBNs for us. If anybody ever needs one built, I've got resources to do that too.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we'll have to jump on a follow up Webby, maybe do some case studies, talk about some other stuff once I'm on better internet. I
Okay.
apologize again, Elbert. It's
What kind of internet does your office have?
I'm my one brother's handling all that. I think there's T1 ran. It should be good still.
Woohoo! Yes, you'll never break up again.
That's what we're hoping for. Plus, we're going to be running, even though that's kind of like a dedicated sales office more
Yeah.
than anything. It's going to there's still going to be a lot of machines running, so I can't have anything messed up. But that's my one brother. That's actually his expertise. He does IT and networking and all that stuff
Good.
that I really don't care about. It's way too technical. I'd rather do semantic web op, SEO, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I do. I resurrect everything that I do on my PBNs. If there's a specific way to do it, and I've seen people talking about it, they won't do it. But that's just because they don't know what they're doing as far as that's concerned. And I'm not saying this to bash anybody or anything. There's a certain skill set you got to have to resurrect old websites,
Sure.
and to keep it to where they're not going to find you. And when I resurrect websites, one of the main things that I look for to even decide to resurrect the website is how long has it been down. You
Right.
know what I mean? So a website that's been down 4 to 5 years, the previous owner has long forgotten about it. If it just went down, a couple months to a year, they still might go search for it, and they might find it if you
Absolutely.
resurrect it. So I resurrect websites that are 4 to 5 years that's been expired 4 to 5 years. Then I resurrect it because most more
Exactly.
likely than not, either the person's dead or they completely forgot about the business. They've moved on. They're no longer around. Those are the kind of things I look for before I even choose to build on, resurrect it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of intricacies you don't want to overlook, but
Oh yeah,
you won't figure them out unless you take that action first. So
yeah. I've got people behind me, like I said, that's been doing this for years and years and years. So, and they're super successful with doing it exactly the way I'm doing it. So,
right.
yeah, it's a specific strategy. There's a lot of different strategies, but the one I use is the one I feel that Google's not gonna they're not gonna sniff it out.
Right. That's the best strategy to have then. We don't want them sniffing it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I made the Power Ranker live. It is now
Awesome.
accessible directly through the members area. I was gonna initially I had it inside of another module. I gave it its own module on our members page.
Yeah.
So I want everyone to dig into it. Seriously, guys, it's 2 hours. You guys can have this consumed by tonight. You can have it set up, and you can be generating leads by tomorrow morning. There's no excuse not to do it. For any of you guys that need some more clients, which if you're in this business and you don't need more clients, I'd love to be there one day because I cannot have enough clients. So, you know,
Leads anyway. Yeah.
exactly. Take some action and get yourself a new client, this week. Get some leads coming in for an existing client. Whatever you need to do, do it. It's 2-hour training. Everything gets set up for under under $75, around $50. You can have everything set up. Go take
Yeah.
some
You
action,
start out
guys.
with a small pack of just, let's just say a small pack of 5 proxies, or all Craigslist proxies, and 5 phone numbers. You know what I mean? So what is that? Five phone numbers. That the phone numbers don't cost you nothing. It's just per minute. So actually, out of pocket is just the proxies, and that's only $4 a month. So complete out of pocket 4 times 5 is what? $20. That's it. And then you have them for an entire month.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's definitely very inexpensive to set up. And I think it's very kind you gave this course to my community. I appreciate that you're gonna support it, and if anyone has questions, you're gonna look to help them out. And I really appreciate you jumping on the Webby. I apologize again about my quality,
No
but
big deal.
shit happens, right? It's always something. I think I'm gonna stick to my training videos that I can do not live, so people don't see my mess ups.
It's all
But
good, bro. You're about to get T111, so we ain't gonna trip. No big deal.
yeah, absolutely. So thanks again for taking time out of your Sunday to jump on with me.
Not a
Um,
problem.
I'm gonna split. I have a lot more work to do. I'm actually gonna try to finish up a few series of videos for the group tonight, so they can get information overload this week. Hopefully, take some action, make some money, stack some dollars, and
I got another side note.
yes. What is that?
I syndicated intelligent local marketing, local client takeover, and local lead generation. I syndicated those words on a really large network. So this video right here that you guys are listening to should rank really well.
Very cool.
I don't know if you did or not, but I did.
That's very cool, man. That's what it's all about. So, if there is any questions you guys have about the system, hit up Elbert, post them in the group, let us know your success stories, whatever you want to do. And
Yes,
I'm gonna sign off and get busy. Elbert, can you get a recording of this together and post it, or?
Yeah, it's the same YouTube video that I shared with you.
Okay.
It's the same link that I gave to you previously. That same exact link. As soon as I hit stop broadcast, we'll broadcast to that link I gave you.
Perfect.
I'll put it in the box anyway right now. Hold on.
Okay, perfect. And
Hold on.
so whoever doesn't catch it live, they can grab the replay, check out the Craigslist power ranking system.
Okay, there it is right there. I just put it in.
Awesome.
It says the last 3 digits are MWM.
Okay, perfect.
See that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the actual replay link.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm gonna get this posted then, and this is great, man. I appreciate you taking time on your Sunday, and I hope everyone takes some action. And I'll be looking in the group to see the success stories from it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Albert. Thanks again, man. I really appreciate your generosity and offering this value to my community, man. It's great to have you. It's great to have you here.
You're welcome, man. Anytime.
I really appreciate. We'll have to do this again soon after I'm set up on the T1.
Okay, bro. All right, we'll talk again, I'm sure.
All right. Have a nice evening, man. Thanks again.
Hey, you're welcome. We'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys later.